Hello everyone, JenniferMaker here. It's a beautiful day to break some Cricut bad habits. I put together a list of bad habits or common mistakes that I see happening, and we're going to learn how to stop making them together. Now, just so we're all clear, this is a no judgment zone. Some of these tips may or may not apply to you, but I can guarantee you that I have found myself making some of these mistakes or trying to stop these bad habits even after years of Cricut crafting. And that's really how some of these happen. You might forget part of a process one day and then have trouble working it back into your next project. Or maybe you're just starting out and you're learning how to do all these fun things and you want to form good habits from the beginning. Either way, I'm so glad you're here and we can learn together. So most of these tips tie into Cricut cutting machines, and one of my favorite things to make with my Cricut is stickers. I have a free set of reminder and encouragement stickers for you to use available on my blog at JenniferMaker.com/567. I have more information on some of these tips there too, along with a written tutorial to make more of your own stickers. But today, I'll show you how to make some of your own using my watercolor bases to start. And every time we come across or share a habit to remember, I'll let you know. I can't wait to see what you make. I'm going to use a Cricut Maker 3 today, but most of these tips relate to all Cricuts and really just all cutting machines and crafting in general, in fact. And that actually brings me to the first bad habit to break. Don't be afraid to use your cutting machine. I know a lot of you might have your machine set up, but you don't know where to start. And that's okay. But I want you to start. I really, really want to encourage you to start because I know you're going to love being creative and making fun things with your machine. Or maybe it's still in the box because you don't want to break anything, right? I totally get that too. But one of the things I like about Cricut is their warranty. Most Cricut cutting machines bought through a licensed retailer come with a 1-year warranty covering material defects and workmanship. And if you find a problem within that first year, you can work with Cricut to get it fixed or replaced. So you want to get it out of that box in that first year and try a few projects to make sure everything works before your warranty runs out. Now, another thing to remember is that using non-Cricut add-ons can void that 1-year warranty. And we don't want to do that either, right? So for the first year, I recommend sticking to Cricut tools like the normal blades, pens, and mats. There are a lot of third-party tools and accessories out there, but try to resist them for the first year so you can use that warranty if you need to. Now that we have those covered, let's go over more tips, habits, and helpful reminders while making some super cute stickers. Step 1, get my free designs. First, download my sticker designs at JenniferMaker.com/567. You can either download right from that link by saving the project or download from my entire free design collection. To find it, look for libraries in the red bar at the top, and then click either get a password if you don't yet have one, or click enter the library. Search the page for design number 567 and click the link to download the designs. Unzip the folder to see the PNGs and PDFs. If you're not sure how to unzip, go to JenniferMaker.com/SVGS. The folder includes 6 round watercolor designs with helpful or fun sayings, perfect for Cricut beginners. Inside the folder, you'll find Measure Twice, Weed Once, Check Your Cuts, Just Craft, Create Every Day, Did You Mirror, and Craft a Life You Love. Then there are also 6 round designs with the watercolor frames but no text, so you can add your own images. Remember, if you're not sure how to use PNGs, the steps are the same as they are for SVGs. So go to JenniferMaker.com/SVGS to learn how to unzip and upload PNG files. I'll show you how to prepare the ready-made stickers and how to customize a blank one in Cricut Design Space in this video. I'm going to use a Cricut Maker 3 cutting machine, but you can use an Original Maker, any Explorer series machine, a Cricut Venture, and a Cricut Joy Extra, or another cutting machine that accepts cut files and has a print then cut capability. You cannot use the Cricut Joy for this project. Another important thing to remember if you haven't recently used your Cricut's print then cut feature is that you may want to calibrate your machine for the most precise cuts. If you aren't sure how to calibrate for print then cut, check out my helpful video at JenniferMaker.com/calibration. Step 2, prepare your stickers. On a blank Cricut Design Space canvas, click Upload. Find and select the PNG design you want to make. I'll start with my Check Your Cuts sticker because that's very important. On the next screen, select Complex and then click Continue. You don't need to do anything on the next page, so click Apply and Continue. Select the Print Then Cut option and click Upload. Cricut Design Space sometimes brings PNG files in really big because they're high resolution, so always check the design's dimensions by selecting it and checking the size fields at the top of the window. Before resizing, make sure the size lock icon is closed, because if the lock icon is open, changing the width or height will change that dimension, but it won't change the other one, and that means it changes the proportions of the image. If the lock icon is closed, changing one dimension automatically adjusts the other proportionately. So you want to keep that lock icon closed when you're resizing something like this. To make custom stickers, use the same upload steps to add a sticker frame to your canvas. Select the sticker to check the size and adjust if needed. Click the text icon and type your message. I'll use test pens because that's another bad habit that we don't want to do and need reminders so that we remember to test our pens. The text looks fine in the default typeface, which is Cricut Sans, but what if you want a more fun style than that? You can have that. Just click the drop-down menu under Font to see what you can do. Click on the Filters icon and check Free. And then let's narrow down the style by clicking on Handwritten. Finally, and this is a habit I want you to start paying attention to, check the box for kerned. Kerning means the letters will be spaced nicely without extra work on your part. Kerning really makes your designs look better and they're easier to read, and it's just more professional overall. I think Carly looks really nice. Click the color box to change the color. To use a non-standard color, click Advanced and move the slider and circle until you find the perfect one. Then click and drag a corner of the text box in toward the middle, so at least the first word fits within the frame. Double-click the text box to edit it, and then put your cursor to the right of Test and hit Return or Enter on your keyboard to move the next word to a new line. Drag it over into position. Now, if there's a lot of space between your lines and your letters touch the frame, click the down arrow near line spacing to bring the lines closer together. Select both the text and sticker layer, and then under the Align menu, select Center. We're using the Print Then Cut, so select the sticker and text, and then select Flatten to turn them into a single printable image. Don't neglect to flatten your image or it'll try to cut out everything. To make more custom stickers, use the same steps to put more frames on the canvas and add your text. And remember to flatten the stickers with their text each time. Now I want to make the other sticker designs for a full set, so I'll add them too. When everything is ready, make sure you have your correct machine selected in the top area, then click Make. And make sure your mat's material size is set to 8.5 by 11 inches as well. If you have more than one mat, click the one you want to cut first because that's the one the Cricut will start cutting with first on the Make screen. Then click Continue. On the Make screen, click Send to Printer and select your printer. Now the Add Bleed option is important. If Add Bleed is turned on, Cricut will add extra ink around the design's edges so you don't get white spaces between the design and the cut. Our stickers have white backgrounds, so we can leave Add Bleed turned off. We don't need this feature. It won't hurt if it's left on, however, just so you know. I do recommend you turn on Use System Dialog for better control of your printer settings. And then click Print. Now move your Cricut Design Space window to the side or minimize it to see the Print Dialog window. Your screen may look different than mine because it varies depending on your operating system and your printer, but set the media to an option like Photo Matte Paper and the quality to Best. Now you need to load the printable vinyl into the printer, so the design prints on the vinyl, not the backing. This Cricut printable vinyl has markings on the back. If yours doesn't, the smooth side is often the printable surface. Or if you can't tell, just gently fold a corner back on itself to compare the colors and pick the one on the package. Another way to figure out which is the side to print is to bend a corner back and gently separate the layers. Now look at or touch the surfaces to see which of these is sticky. The side that's got the sticky side, that's the side that you're going to print on. So once you know which side is the printable side, you'll want to load it properly into your printer. My printer wants the printable vinyl loaded face down, but always check your printer's manual and then click Print. Now the ink can smudge when it's first printed, so let it sit to dry while you prepare your workspace for the next step. Clear around your machine so the mat can feed all the way in and out. You want to make sure you have enough space behind your Cricut as well as in front of it. If your Cricut is too close to the wall, your mat could bend or even snap, or the mat could push something over, or it could just stop cutting completely. We need a green standard grip mat to cut the stickers. Remember, mats don't last forever, and if yours isn't sticky anymore, the cut can get messed up. So make sure it's clean and sticky before you use it. I have more helpful mat tips at JenniferMaker.com/Cricut mats. And then put your printable vinyl face up on the mat, with the top left corner matching the one on the grid that's shown in Cricut Design Space. It's important that your printed sheet look the same as it does in Cricut Design Space. Now use a brayer to adhere the mat securely and evenly. I promise this simple tool will make your cuts better, so use it if you've got it. The blades last a long time in your Cricut, but your cuts will be better if the blade is clean, right? So to clean it, get a ball of aluminum foil and take the blade housing out of the clamp. Press down on the plunger so the blade sticks out. And very carefully, so you don't poke yourself, poke it into the foil a few dozen times. Now, this doesn't sharpen the blade, but it does clean it really well. It removes little pieces of paper, glitter, adhesives, and oxidation. I've been doing this for years, and in some cases, I have never even changed my blade. I keep cleaning the blade that came with my Cricut. And then put the housing back in the clamp. All right, back in Cricut Design Space, set the material to printable vinyl with less pressure for a kiss cut. A kiss cut means that it will cut out the printable vinyl, but not cut through the backing. And when the backing paper isn't cut, everything will stay together on the sticker sheet. Now, I mostly use a Cricut Maker 3 cutting machine in my videos these days, but you might have an older Cricut that has a smart dial on it. I want you to notice that the smart dial does not have a printable vinyl option. So if you have a smart dial like this on your Cricut Explorer, I recommend you turn it to custom material and leave it there. So the machine will follow the settings that you choose in Cricut Design Space, just like I show in my videos. Now load your machine mat into your Cricut so the designs and orientation match your screen. All right, so once everything is ready to go, press the flashing button to begin cutting. The Cricut will take a little time to read the black registration marks and then make the cuts. Once the cut is complete, don't unload your mat immediately. For kiss cut stickers, you'll want to lift a corner to see if a sticker lifts smoothly, but the backing stays intact. If it didn't cut through well enough, press the middle Go button on your Cricut to run a second cut in the exact same spots. But mine looks good, so I don't need to. And then unload your machine mat. Now, don't just pull the material off the mat because that can damage it. Instead, flip the mat over onto your work surface and gently roll the mat back to release the stickers and backing. Try to keep the material flat instead of letting it curl, and this avoids creases and other issues. And there are your stickers. How cute did they turn out? These will look great around your craft area and act as little reminders or encouragement. Now your project is done, but clean up now to make your next craft time easier. And correctly storing your tools and materials helps them last longer, especially your mats. And don't throw away the mat covers because they protect the sticky area from dust. Put your This Side Up sticker on the front to avoid getting any dust onto your mat. And there you go. Now you have some super cute stickers and lots of good habits to stick with. I really hope you learned a thing or two because I had a lot of fun putting this together. And that brings me to my last tip. Don't try to do it all alone. There are so many things to learn about Cricut. It's just really overwhelming at times, don't you think? Especially if you don't have someone to talk to about it. And that's why our community is here. Whether it's in the YouTube Premiere chats, our Facebook groups, or other ways, I love that we can all learn from each other and get support along the way. So if you have a good habit to share or want help fixing an issue that you're having, come check out my Cricut Crafters and Makers Facebook group at JenniferMaker.com/Cricut Crafters. We'd love to have you join the fun with us. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.